You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
We are getting closer to next month's planned summit between the U.S. and North Korea, but will Kim Jong-un show up?
And here's a look at Turtle Beach, where officials have issued a no-swim advisory, one of 4 that are now off limits this weekend.
And this morning, Hawaii is on edge as another volcano eruption rocks the island. Those stories and your First Alert weekend forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. May 18th, it's Friday.
It is Friday. Thank goodness for that. I'm Stephanie Webb, and good morning, John Scalzi. Are we going to see any sunshine at all this weekend?
Yeah, well, the weekend, let's do Friday first.
Okay.
Before I break the bad news, okay? Today looks like we'll probably see a little bit more sunshine than we saw yesterday. I think we have some drier air that's going to kind of slip in and make things pretty nice, I think. We've got some few scattered showers out in Gulf waters, and a southeasterly wind flow has developed. So we may catch an isolated shower near the coast during the morning. Maybe rain chance pretty small at about 20%. But it's really inland this afternoon where the showers are going to pop up. We have this southerly flow. You can still see that in the cloud pattern. That's aloft. And if it's still bringing up plenty of tropical moisture to support the showers in the afternoon. So we're in this wet period, and that's not going anywhere. Now, the thing is, temperatures are still, relatively tame at this hour. But by afternoon, as they climb up into the 80s, I think that's when we'll start to see the action begin to occur in inland areas. We're cooler this morning than we were yesterday morning by about 6 to 4 degrees across the region. So that's pretty nice. A nice little start there, a little break. And the satellite view shows all of the cluster of clouds over on the other coast. That's a signal. I think today we'll probably see most of the activity inland and toward the east coast, but some of that will be drifting back as we head into the weekend. Forecast calls for daytime highs today near the mid-80s. We'll have a rain chance of about 20% near the coast. Our best rain chance would probably be in the mid-morning to around noontime, and we'll put that rain chance at about 40%. Then everything shifts inland with a rain chance of about 30% for most of us around here. Okay, that's all I've got for you this morning. Back to you guys.
All right, we'll take it from here. Thank you, Josh. Checking the roads, 301 northbound, and already some congestion there around State Road 70. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking the upper half of Sarasota County, we'll see nothing much to speak of. Little congestion there on Bee Ridge as you get off the interstate and head west toward Honore. And then checking our final maps to the south, we'll see some red there on the map at 41 northbound as you head from Northport up toward Venice.
And a health alert this morning about unsafe beaches here on the Suncoast, where the State Department of Health says the water is unsafe for swimming.
The water at 4 Sarasota County beaches have high levels of bacteria that could make you sick. Now here we just showed you a map of which ones. The health department issued the warning yesterday after testing the water at all 4 beaches. The test revealed bacteria. Health officials say the bacteria could have come from animal waste, stormwater runoff, or human sewage from failed septic systems. Health officials say there's usually some bacteria in beach water, but right now they say the levels are just too high. Additional test results are due back later on today. We'll have an update from Turtle Beach later on Good Morning Suncoast.
And tomorrow, Sarasota police are partnering with Florida Fish and Wildlife to take part in a boating safety inspection day. Officers will be on hand at the 10th Street boat ramp to check boats if you have any safety concerns about yours. It is free. It is open to the public tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m.
The beach erosion on Lido Key has gone from bad to worse. Recent storms washed away even more of the sand on the southern end of the beach. Guests of one resort say they have a hard time walking down the sand anymore without having to go into the water itself. Some say this is the worst they've ever seen it there.
I had no idea that the problem here was as bad as it is. All of this happened pretty much this weekend with the storm that came through, and that wasn't a big storm. What if a hurricane comes through?
It's concerning a great deal because the beach is our livelihood. We've been in rental business since this place was built in 1949-50.
Well, the erosion issues are certainly on the city of Sarasota's radar right now. The short-term plan is to have an emergency renourishment in the coming months where sand will be brought in from New Pass, which is near Longboat Key. The long-term plan is to dredge sand from Big Pass next to Siesta Key. Of course, Siesta Key opponents have sued to stop that project, but a judge recently ruled in favor of Lido Key.
And less than a month before the president's planned summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, the meeting is now in jeopardy. North Korea is threatening to pull out, but President Trump is now ready to make a deal. ABC's Janae Norman has all the details.
The historic summit now in jeopardy. North Korea signaling the sit-down with the U.S. may be off, but President Trump says nothing has changed.
We have not been told anything. We're just reading stories like you are.
North Korean officials criticizing the U.S., angry over ongoing joint military exercises with South Korea, and Pyongyang further infuriated that National Security Advisor John Bolton called on them to follow in the footsteps of Libya.
We have very much in mind the Libya model from 2003, 2004.
That signals a regime change to North Korea, as Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi was ousted from power and murdered in the streets after Libya gave up its nuclear program. But President Trump not mincing words, clearly contradicting Bolton.
Well, the Libyan model isn't a model that we have at all when we're thinking of North Korea. In Libya, we decimated that country. This would be with Kim Jong-un, something where he'd be there, he'd be in his country, he'd be running his country.
The businessman president demonstrating the art of making a deal, offering Kim Jong-un reassurances, but also a warning.
Now, that model would take place if we don't make a deal, most likely. But if we make a deal, I think Kim Jong-un is going to be very, very happy. He'll get protections that will be very strong.
President Trump says there's been a big difference with North Korea since Kim Jong-un met a second time with Chinese President Xi, but he says his attitude about that upcoming summit is whatever happens, happens. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Residents in Hawaii are still on edge as explosions continue from the Kilauea volcano. And now look at this new video that's been released. Watch this. The U.S. Geological Survey released time-lapse video of yesterday's eruption. Now, driving can be dangerous nearby this one. Residents are told to stay put if they're in the path of the ash plume.
The eruption site and the lava flows is in a very small portion of the island. The whole west side of Hawaii, Waimea, all around are still full of visitors and residents alike. We want to continue to emphasize to the world that Hawaii continues to be open to business.
They have been on red alert since Tuesday, which means an even bigger explosion could still happen.
The state Supreme Court is siding with Florida Power and Light over 2016 rate hike. The power company's increase was approved by the Florida Public Service Commission, but an environmental group had challenged that decision. The group claimed that FPL didn't consider renewable energy options like solar power when it decided to upgrade its natural gas-powered plant. Now, the plant was part of that decision to raise prices.
All right, 5:08, switching gears now. The star and producer of MTV's popular show called Catfish is facing allegations of sexual misconduct. MTV, in fact, stopped production of the show in the wake of accusations against this man, Nev Schulman. A spokesman for the network says an investigation is underway. Schulman has not commented. Catfish is in its 7th season and takes a look at online relationships where one person may not be who they appear to be. Schulman is married with one daughter. The 33-year-old and his wife also produce an online series about breakups called We Need to Talk.
Well, when it comes to developing Sarasota's Bayfront, the Van Wezel Performing Arts Center is now back in those design plans. When the 3 potential Bayfront plans were presented to the community, many liked all the plans, but were concerned that the Van Wezel wasn't part of the new plans of the Bayfront. Now there are 3 new design plans that you can give your input on starting next week, and they all include the Performing Arts Center. But just because it's in the design plans doesn't mean it's here to stay. The Van Wezel is owned by the city, so it's actually up to the city commission to decide whether the city needs a new performing arts center or if the Van Wezel will even stay.
The biggest variable there is sea level rise and climate change. There are areas of that building that power the building and its infrastructure that are literally under sea level right now. So how do we deal with that in the future?
We really do need a new facility in order to compete with other performing arts centers and, you know, the as it exists now, it really can't be refurbished to accomplish what needs to be done.
There will be 3 community feedback sessions held next week. You can see a list of all of those right there on your screen at Monday's City Commission meeting. The design team will be presenting their plans to commissioners.
Well, students love the summertime, but for some, they no longer have access to regular meals. For the 5th year in a row, All Faiths Food Bank of Sarasota County will serve meals to thousands of children and their families. It's their annual campaign against summer hunger. And from Manatee County, thousands more will get a hot lunch and a weekend food bag to take home as well.
When school ends, hunger does begin for those children.
And the goal is to make sure that the shelves here at the food bank are filled so that we can get food out to the community during the summer.
Tonight at 6, ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter will show us the harsh reality of the summer food slump and what life can be like for those students looking to get their next meal.
And right now you're looking live at the Tervis Tumbler store in Osprey. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary this month. They've got a huge celebration tomorrow. They're introducing some brand new Tervis products that you have never seen before. And in the 6 o'clock hour, I'm going to take you inside the Tervis factory for an exclusive tour. I'm going to show you just how those tumblers are made in 5 easy steps.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, one woman's mugshot is causing some controversy after she was arrested. We'll tell you why smiling might not have been a very good idea.
And coming up a little later in the hour, Disney is changing the game, but not for kids. What us grown-ups can now get at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to have that for you.
But first, here's a look outside our window. So, John, is this now the summertime rain pattern, or is this a little preview?
Well, that's an interesting question, Ray. How much time you got?
2 hours.
There are aspects of it that are certainly looking a lot like the start of our June 1st rainy season. There are other aspects of it this week that have been kind of unusual and atypical for the year that have caused excessive rainfall around. We'll detail that in the forecast coming up in a minute. So the answer to your question is a little of both. We have rain box checked here. I wish I could half check it for the morning commute because there's not going to be a lot of rainfall around. There could be a smattering of drizzle here and there. That's really about it. Rain shower chances probably for the coastal region spiking during mid-morning, so we'll go with isolated showers for the morning commute. On the way home, mostly inland storms. If you commute from inland areas or heading back toward Wauchula or Arcadia, then you may see some thunderstorms around. Airport hub delays? Nope, not this morning. We'll have the complete forecast for you in a sec.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
According to a new survey by U.S. News & World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're going to get maybe a little bit of a break in the shower activity today. Yesterday was a pretty wet afternoon. I think as we head into the weekend, though, those rain shower chances are going to remain really pretty high, and there could even be some heavy rainfall around over the weekend. Talk about that in a second. 72 our air temperature by 7 a.m. with a 20% chance of a scattered shower or maybe a passing bit of drizzle. Nothing really heavy, I don't believe, during the rush hour commute. As we head into mid-morning and into the early afternoon, we'll jump that rain chance to 40%, double it up. And there is the possibility of an isolated heavier storm or maybe even a thunderstorm as we head into the 12 noon hour close to the coast. Then, as we head into the afternoon, the pattern shifts again and we move everything into inland areas, reducing the coastal rain chance to about 30%. As we head into the later afternoon and into the evening hours, I think most everything is pushed toward the other coast, and we're left with a kind of a quiet evening, I think. I think that's the way it's going to shape up. Now, that pattern changes tomorrow. Today, we still have that little bit of a westerly component to the southerly wind, and so consequently, the general flow of these showers is off toward the northeast as they develop in Gulf waters. By the time we hit the weekend, that pattern will reverse. So maybe a little bit of light drizzle around Anna Maria. Otherwise, everything's pretty quiet across our region. We do have some showers down to the south, and some of those may lift northward and bring us that little bit of patchy drizzle that I was talking about. Otherwise, across the nation, we have some big thunderstorms in the heart of the country, and I think those thunderstorms will be with us through today and especially tomorrow in the plain states, and then moving into the heartland in the Ohio Valley. For us, we're just left with chances of thunderstorms each and every day over the course of the weekend. Satellite view shows that general southerly flow of air, and that will continue on for the next now probably 7 to 8 days, it looks like. Shifting from southwest to southeast, back to southwest, that sort of thing. Showers out in Gulf waters lift northward, bringing us that chance of a shower close to the coastline this afternoon. I'd say around 10, 11, 12 o'clock, our best chance of coastal showers. Then as we head into the afternoon, most everything focuses in inland areas toward the other coast, giving the coastal regions a break. Not to say you wouldn't see any showers near the coast during the afternoon, but the rain chance would go from about the 40% this morning to down to around 20% or less as we head into the evening. So that's good news. It'll be a nice chance to get out there and enjoy your Friday, maybe enjoying some of the sights and sounds of our cities. So we are looking today at a pretty quiet condition. Temperatures generally warm, a little cooler than they were 24 hours ago, and topping out at about the same temperature this afternoon. South wind kind of lighter today, so we're looking for a light chop out there, boaters. And I think the afternoon should be pretty nice out on Gulf waters. 40% chance of showers today, but as we head into tomorrow, our winds shift, taking inland storms and forcing them back toward the coast. And so we'll have about a 60% chance of showers. We'll watch Sunday, another 60% chance of rain. Then could be the potential for some heavier rainfall as a little impulse from the south lifts north and brings us that potential. So we'll be watching for that and adjusting forecast appropriately. And then over the course of the next work week, we might have a couple of days of lesser rain chances midweek. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic right now. Starting off in Manatee, we're starting to see some slowdowns right there at State Road 64 as you're coming off of 75. Other than that, not too much else going on in Manatee County. It's pretty clear. Heading into Sarasota County, those roads are also looking pretty good, as they usually are right around this time. Some slowdowns right there on 41 near 301 as well. But other than that, not too bad right now. Running pretty clear out there this morning. If your commute is going to take you towards Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda, both 75 and 41 are running pretty much delay-free. It is 5:19, and that is your first alert traffic.
Well, it's a mugshot causing double takes.
A Florida woman arrested for a DUI crash that killed a 60-year-old woman, seen later smiling in her mugshot. Nadine Yanes reports.
I don't care if you're drunk or not, and you're laughing, smiling. Hey, look at me. It's sick. There was nothing funny about it.
While DUI suspect Anjanette Welk is smiling in her mugshot, Kiana Siaka is crying today after FHP says it was Welk's decision to drive drunk that caused this crash at Highway 27 and 60th Avenue in Ocala last Thursday. That ultimately killed Kiana's mom.
This definitely wrecked our family. Forever.
6-year-old Sandra Clarkson died on Monday. After the day before, which was on Mother's Day, doctors told her daughters there was no hope of her waking up.
Because she was brain dead?
Kiana, being the oldest, had to make the decision to let her go.
You sit there and you try to, Mom, wake up. Mom, let me know if you're in there.
Now, as they plan their mother's funeral, FHP is working with the state attorney's office to upgrade Welk's DUI charges to DUI manslaughter.
DUI manslaughter doesn't really say what this is. It's murder.
Now the family set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for funeral expenses. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, Lego. They are taking their toys to a whole new level. The brand new kind of Lego that you are going to soon find in stores.
And next half hour at 5:30, just in time for the weekend, a no swim advisory for 4 beaches in Sarasota County. We'll tell you why.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps.
2, 3, 4.
Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making the connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Another day, another shot of the tower camera outside our studios.
Beautiful out there. We are going to get some sunshine today, according to John Scalzi, but this weekend might be a little not so sunny as you would like. Well, we'll let him explain the story.
Yesterday took a sharp turn. It was nice for a while, then boom, rain came back.
Last night.
Yeah, so much for tennis. Another day, another gator, this time in South Carolina. A woman shot this video when police captured the gator in her front yard. She says Animal Protective Services told her the gator, get this, probably saw its reflection in the glass and thought it was a potential mate.
That's a thing? Oh, my God.
Imagine that.
Oh, no, I'd rather not. Rather not, thank you.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Lego just introduced a brand new toy line. They are now getting into the connected toy business. And the first big thing that you can build, an app-controlled Batmobile.
Times have changed. The story in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, electronic Legos.
The new line is called Powered Up. The first set is the Batmobile. Kind of works like a remote control car, only used by an app on your phone. Each powered-up set will build a specific toy.
The Batmobile set goes on sale in August for $160.
How addicted are you to Instagram? Well, you might soon find out.
All right, well, Instagram says it's working on a new feature that'll show users exactly how much time they're spending on the social media app. The new feature is part of an overall effort by tech companies to address user concerns about social media addiction. And eBay has come up with a plan to turn its homepage into a personalized store. The interest feature is based on customer feedback on the kinds of items they most like to see and buy.
Those answers help final items of interest toward your account based on your passions, hobbies, and style.
And
those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Quicken Loans.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple, giving you superhero levels of confidence. Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes, so nothing stands in your way. Rocket Mortgage, America's largest mortgage lender. Marvel Studios Avengers Infinity War in theaters April 27th.
Feel the clarity of non-drowsy Claritin 24-hour relief when allergies occur. Day after day after day. Because life should have more wishes and less worries. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
With Roomba from iRobot, your family can expect clean floors every day. 2 unique multi-surface brushes and power-lifting suction pick up dirt, large debris, and even pet hair. So your floors are always clean. You and Roomba from iRobot. Better together.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
The biggest shopping mall in the country could be right here in Florida. We'll tell you about the plans underway this morning.
Sarasota County warning swimmers to stay out of the water on certain beaches. We'll have a live report in Turtle Beach, one of the beaches under the advisory.
And how a Suncoast community came together to give a Navy veteran his dream home. Those stories and your weekend forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Good morning to you. It is 5:30 on Friday, the May 18th. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. She's excited because there's some news about the royal wedding involving who will walk the bride down the aisle.
That is right. Royal news, folks. Get excited.
Yes. All right, let's get to the forecast. First, though, here he is, folks, John Scalzi.
Well, I don't need to tell anybody out there that we've had a lot of rainfall this week. And in fact, Richard in Northport just phoned in with his observation. So far this week, he's had over 4 inches of rain. So that's pretty impressive. Picked up another, almost half an inch yesterday. 68 degrees in Northport, 70 degrees has Cooper in central Sarasota, who picked up a 1/4 inch, and Becky in Old Mayaca also reporting in with a cool temperature of 63 degrees, half inch of rainfall there as well. So we have a chance of seeing some scattered showers along the coastline this morning, but it's a small chance. It is a very small chance, and mostly in the form of just some drizzle or some patchy rainfall. Otherwise, I think the shift will occur today for those showers and thunderstorms to favor inland areas. It sort of did yesterday, but we got some back building that kept the coastline just a little bit wet, but definitely the heaviest of the rain fell east of the interstate. Today, that southerly flow continues, pumping up moisture from the south, bringing us good chances of rain. Our current temperature is coming in at 71 degrees or so in Sarasota, 70 in Bradenton, and in inland temperatures a little bit cooler coming in the upper 60s. As far as our rain chances go today, I think we're probably looking at about a 40% chance near the coast, where temperatures are generally about 6 degrees below where they were yesterday, and in inland areas probably about a 60 to 70% chance of rain, and their temperatures are right now about 3 degrees cooler than yesterday. Complete forecast details coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon, John. Checking the roads right now. Not much to report. A little blip there on 64 westbound as you head toward the Braden River. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking the upper half now of Sarasota County. Something there on Bee Ridge Road eastbound as you go from Honore toward Cattleman. Otherwise clear. And then our final map for the south will show little issues there around the 41 bypass as you get around Venice and Nokomis. 5:32 right now.
This morning, a no-swim advisory for 4 area beaches. Water quality tested resulted in some pretty alarming results, high levels of bacteria.
Yeah, the warning includes from north to south Turtle Beach, Venice Beach, also Venice Beach around the fishing pier, and also Minnesota Key Beach. Marla Spence is live from Turtle Beach at the south end of Siesta Key with details of the story. Marla.
Good morning, guys. The Florida Department of Health will release its second round of water quality test results to determine if the water is safe for beachgoers. Now, water quality tests performed yesterday on all 4 beaches showed high levels of the Enterococcus bacteria. Now, there are signs posted warning people not to swim or engage in any water activity. The bacteria in the water can make people sick. People who are young, elderly, or who have a weak immune system can get stomach or intestinal sicknesses if they swallow the water while swimming. Also, if water comes in contact with a cut or a sore, people can get infections or rashes. Now, the health department says the bacteria is mostly caused by animal or human waste. Beachgoers are reminded to pick up after their pets and also to keep their children who are in diapers from going in the water. Reporting live in Sarasota, Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, this morning, a Bradenton man is in the Hillsborough County Jail after troopers say he was driving the wrong way on I-75. According to the police report, Joseph Newmar was heading north in the southbound lanes near the Manatee-Hillsborough County line early yesterday morning. Now, troopers say when they found him at a traffic signal, he then rammed their patrol car, then took off, at times driving the wrong way down 41. He was eventually stopped by troopers who spun out his vehicle. Newmar now faces multiple charges, including that DUI.
All right, 5:34 right now. It could be the largest shopping mall in the country, and it will be right here in Florida.
I like all those words. So just where will it be? Jessica Holly reports.
It means for our community. Please stand up. Please stand up, all the supporters. Please support American Dream Miami. Let's keep the dream alive.
One last pitch before a final vote on American Dream Miami, a mega complex packed with shopping, entertainment, and even an amusement park, set to be the biggest of its kind in the nation.
An indoor NHL-sized ice hockey rink. This is our interior ski hill, permanent Cirque theater inside of our property. We've executed deals with Saks Fifth Avenue, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Hermes.
But the biggest deal was yet to be done. The developer 555 making its case before the county commission.
It's about jobs first and foremost. It's about economic benefits. It's about helping small businesses and working men and women in this community.
This enormous complex of $4 billion development near the Turnpike and I-75 in northwest Miami-Dade would create an estimated 14,000 jobs. But not everyone is convinced this is a good fit for the county.
All we have said is no public dollars.
Miami-Dade's mayor says that was never in the plan.
Even though they get subsidized in other states, it's not happening here in Miami-Dade County.
There are other concerns, though, about traffic around the complex and the impact on the environment. The public strongly divided.
Stop this mega mall abomination.
It's jobs, jobs, jobs.
We do not need an American, sorry, but nightmare.
And this is my American dream.
Thank you.
And this should really be everyone's.
It isn't for everyone, but the developers insist they have done their homework.
I wouldn't be here asking for support for this application if I didn't strongly believe in it and if I weren't sure that we've addressed each and every impact and then some.
And in the end,
Vice Chairwoman Edmondson.
Yes.
Chairman Bova.
Yes.
Motion passes 11-1.
And there you go, 11-1. American Dream Miami is set to open in 2 years.
Well, Walt Disney World just became a little more magical for some. Disney just announced that 3 new restaurants inside the original Magic Kingdom will now offer, wait for it, beer and wine. According to People magazine, any table service restaurants in the Magic Kingdom will now serve alcohol. Now, this is a big change for the park because for more than 40 years, the Magic Kingdom had a strict no alcohol policy. If you wanted your grown-up drinks, most of everybody had to have were Epcot. But that changed in 2012 when Disney opened the Be Our Guest restaurant inside the Magic Kingdom. That one became the first restaurant in the park to serve both beer and wine. Well, after giving his service to his country, a Suncoast community is giving back to him. A Navy veteran is getting ready to settle into his new home, now fully furnished thanks to some generous community members. Oscar Juarez, now retired at the age of 44, moved to Bradenton to be closer to his family. His leg was injured during his 3rd tour in Afghanistan. Now, his real estate agent helped him find the home, but when she found out that he didn't have any furniture or the money to buy furniture, she went on a mission of her own.
I put a note out for everybody, bulk email through Wagner Realty to please, anybody have any furniture or anything they can donate to please let us know. So they, the response was overwhelming.
It definitely says a lot about the city that I've now moved in, that I chose to plant roots and stay. Everyone just showing to be very friendly, very kind, very hospitable, and just very loving.
Now the story gets even better right here. The home's seller is a veteran herself, and she did her part. She lowered the price of the home. She even covered the closing costs so Juarez could afford to move in. And here's a live look at Tervis Tumbler Store in Osprey. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary of the original factory store. They've got a big celebration they've got planned for tomorrow. They're introducing some brand new, never before seen before Tervis products. And coming up in the next hour, I'm going to take you inside the factory for an exclusive tour on how just those tumblers are made.
5:38 right now. Let's take a peek at this. Less than one day now until the royal wedding.
That's right. Still ahead, we've got some breaking royal wedding news for you this morning. Moments ago, we found out who it will be walking Meghan Markle down that aisle. We're going to tell you who it is. Ray cannot wait for one.
The suspense continues. There's a live shot outside of our studios, downtown Sarasota. I think we also have a shot of Washington, D.C. ready to go as well, where there aren't a lot of happy hockey fans right now. The Capitals lost last night. That means the Lightning won.
Go Bolts.
Bolts won last night 4-2. Series tied at 2 games apiece. Moves back to Tampa tomorrow. There's the White House. The top right light is on in the kitchen. You know what that means?
Melania's in there with Barron.
Barron's having cereal. 61 degrees in Washington. What's the story here, John Scalzi?
So we're looking at a chance at an isolated sprinkle or passing shower, but that chance is pretty low for the morning near the coast. So for the school bus forecast, I'm going to say it's going to be mostly dry right along the coastline. 73 degrees at pickup time at the bus stop. A few coastal showers possibly, but not many. Later in the day, all the showers move inland, and I think drop-off will be fine. 85 degrees, the air temperature as they come home. I upped the chance of an outside recess today, 8 out of 10, and we'll look for cloudy conditions with mostly inland storms. Complete forecast details in a few.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures will climb up to about 75 degrees by 9 a.m. We've got a fair deck of clouds out there, and we do have a chance of maybe an isolated shower or sprinkle. About a 20% chance, I think, through most of drive time as we go into 9, 10, 11 o'clock. We'll bump that rain chance up another 10% to about 30%. And again, that's mostly light stuff. I don't think we'll see any strong storms building at that hour. Then as we head into lunchtime, we'll max out our rain chance at about 40% and kind of keep it there for several hours. That's near the coast. Now, inland, as we progress through time, we'll watch those showers move into inland locations and our rain chance near the coast kind of go down a little bit, and that trend will continue through the evening. But inland, those rain chances in the afternoon while the coast goes down will be going up. So it'll probably be a 60% chance of showers in inland areas later in the day. Eastward moving storms. We'll start off with pretty quiet conditions on radar right now, and as I mentioned, maybe an isolated pop or two of showers across the coastline. We do have some out in Gulf waters, and the general trend for this is a northward kind of motion, so it's possible we could see some of that stuff. Water temperatures now really just marginal for keeping these showers intact as they get closer to the coast, so we're not looking for a large rain event this morning. Southerly wind flow, though, continues to pump moisture in, and that, of course, one of the key ingredients to afternoon showers, so we do expect to see more of that occur in inland areas later today, and dew points are still high, making it feel kind of muggy, though some slightly drier air has moved in over the last 24 hours. Dew points yesterday were a couple of degrees warmer. 70 right now still, though, feels pretty sticky out there. 71-degree air temperature and a little bit of cloud cover. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast, putting it into motion. A few scattered showers near the coast during the morning hours. Winds then shift near the coast, I think, to a more little westerly direction as we catch a bit of a sea breeze, pushing those showers toward the other coast, and we get to dry out along our coastline. Now, over the weekend, I think we'll start to see more of a southeasterly wind flow begin to develop during the overnight tonight and through tomorrow because of a big ridge of expanding high pressure out near the Bahamas. That means that showers that built along the east coast today are probably going to be forced back toward our coast as we head into the weekend, and we'll have a much better rain chance as we progress into this, particularly, I think, on Sunday, but even Saturday night into Sunday day, plus a little area of moisture to the south of us, a little upper level feature will start to lift northward across the state. That too could enhance the amount of rain that we receive on Sunday. Could be a pretty heavy rainfall event possibly. So that's the way it's shaping up. Warm and humid today. Isolated showers will move inland today. We maybe get a little break from the rain, so to speak, near the coast. But better weekend rain chances as the inland storms are pushed back closer to our coastline by a southeasterly wind. Foreboding today, well, not too bad after we get through a few scattered morning showers, and it's not going to be all that bad anyway. South wind at about 10 become a little bit lighter in the afternoon as winds turn with a sea breeze, and we get a light chop on bay and inland waters. So here's your forecast for the weekend. We'll look for today, 85, 40% chance of showers, higher rain chance inland. And then tomorrow, our rain chances start to go up, particularly in the second half of the day, as those inland storms get pushed back toward our Gulf Coast. Same thing true on Sunday. Sunday, we could even see some heavier rainfall with that 60% chance of seeing rain. And then as we head into next work week, we're going to keep the rain chances high for a couple days, but maybe midweek we get a little chance to dry out. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look at your first alert traffic in Manatee County. Starting to see some delays already. We definitely see some delays right there heading northbound on 301 as you're heading into Bradenton. Also right there on State Road 64, we've got some delays right there too if you're heading towards the shore in that area. Then in Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad so far. If we can move down that area, we've got some of our normal delays that start around University Parkway and Fruitville, but nothing really major to tell you about yet. Just a couple slowdowns right there. And then a little bit farther south in the area, if you are heading towards Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda and you're heading southbound on 75 or 41, within the next 30 minutes or so, your commute is going to be an easy one. No real delays there yet either. It is 5:48, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, we have some breaking news for you about the royal wedding. Within the last half an hour, Kensington Palace announced that Prince Charles will be the one to walk Meghan Markle down the aisle tomorrow morning. Now, Markle's father, as you know, announced earlier this week that he is not attending the wedding for health reasons. Meanwhile, people who are in London hoping for a glimpse of the royal couple can at least load up on all kinds of royal souvenirs. Camilla Bernal has more on the weekend celebration from Windsor.
When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle tie the knot, everyone is invited to celebrate.
It's kind of a world global celebration, and everyone wants to be part of it and get their own slice.
To help with the party, souvenir shops in the UK have been preparing for months.
Party poppers, confetti, the fireworks for the table, and of course, the Harry and Meghan flag.
One of the most popular items, a life-size cutout of the bride and groom.
A party in this day and age, everybody has to have a selfie with Harry and Meghan.
For those braving the crowd Saturday trying to get a selfie with the real Harry and Meghan, a flag is a must.
If you're out in Windsor as the procession goes by, everybody waving a flag.
And for those watching at home or at one of the hundreds of street parties planned around England Saturday, the options vary.
And of course, the royal glasses, which everyone should be wearing.
But no matter how fans and revelers decide to celebrate or decorate, Brits and Americans are all hoping to send well wishes to the happy couple even from across the pond.
Best wishes, many, many happy years, and God bless you.
Congratulations and have an awesome life.
In Windsor, I'm Camila Bernal.
And you can catch the ceremony tomorrow live right here on ABC 7, a 5-hour special on Good Morning America Saturday, hosted by Robin Roberts and David Muir. Coverage of the royal wedding, a modern fairy tale, will start at 5 a.m. and run till 10 a.m. Modern fairy tale with a few twists along the way.
That is right. This whole week has just been so crazy. But
a soap opera.
It is, for sure, for sure. All right. Let's take a look outside right now to Capitol Hill, where it's been just as momentous of a week there as well.
It certainly has been. Also, for sports fans, not a great one up there because the Capitals lost again last night.
That's right. The Bolts are bringing it back. It's now tied up.
Yeah, two games apiece. Yeah. So the next game is tomorrow night in Tampa. We'll recap local headlines after this on ABC 7.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC 7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC 7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC 7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC 7 on Facebook.
When ABC 7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
I'm Alan Cohn. To meet or not to meet? Is North Korea having second thoughts about meeting with President Trump? Is Trump having second thoughts about meeting with the special prosecutor?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
It is 5:54, and here are the top stories that we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
The battle over the future of the Van Wezel. New renovation plans included as an option. But city leaders say it needs to go due to rising sea levels. Public hearings are set for next week.
Plus, the country's biggest shopping mall can soon be right here in Florida. That's right, a new mega mall is headed to Miami. The $4 billion complex will even include an NHL-sized indoor hockey rink.
Speaking of the NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning came back to beat the Capitals last night. Final score 4-2. The best of 7 series now shifts back to Tampa, all tied up at 2 games apiece.
Coming up in the next hour, a no-swim advisory has been issued for some Sarasota County beaches. Our Marla Spence will tell us what was found inside 4 of those beaches. And as Tervis gets ready to celebrate a big anniversary this month, I'm going to take you inside the factory for an exclusive tour and show you just how those tumblers are actually made and tell you where the name Tervis actually comes from.
Oh, that's good trivia, too.
All right.
All right. Let's get the last look at the forecast this hour from John Scalzi.
Well, we're looking at a couple of things. One, a couple of showers out in Gulf waters, the potential for an isolated shower near the coastline, though the heaviest of the rain will be inland later in the afternoon. Over the next hour, this is what we'll be looking at. We're talking about better rain chances as we head into the weekend, possibly even some heavy rain then. For today, though, slightly lower rain chances, warm and humid, with showers near the coast moving inland later in the day. Back to you.
And one more tip, don't ever drink last night's coffee.
That's right. We're having a little bit of a situation here at the station. Somebody might not make it through our 6 o'clock hour.
The suspense. There's your tease.
There's your tease.
More news after this. Stay with us.